You aren't weak for eating the whole bag of chips. You don't lack willpower, and you aren't broken. Your brain is actively being hacked. Right now, multi-billion-dollar food corporations are employing thousands of food scientists to weaponize your biology against you. They are engineering food specifically to override your brain's natural stop signals. Today, we're exposing the 3 exact tricks they use to hijack your diet and how you can finally take your brain back. Your brain is running on ancient survival software. When you see a donut, your caveman brain sees a rare, life-saving jackpot it needs to devour immediately. The food industry knows this, and they use these 3 tricks to brutally exploit it. Have you ever noticed how the most addictive foods are loud? This is called the crunch factor. When you bite into a chip, the sound travels through your jaw directly to your inner ear. To your caveman brain, a loud crunch signals freshness. It means the food is safe to eat. Food companies actually use audio simulators to measure the frequency of every chip in a lab. If the snap doesn't resonate perfectly through your skull, they reformulate it. But they don't stop at the sound. They combine it with a concept called dynamic contrast. Your brain gets bored with one texture. Eat a plain carrot, and by the 4th bite, your brain is tired of chewing and tells you to stop. Junk food shatters that boredom on purpose. A hard crunch on the first bite that melts into a soft coating seconds later. Your brain never gets the chance to get bored, so the stop eating signal never fires. But the texture is just the setup. The most sinister trick is something called vanishing caloric density. Think about Cheetos, popcorn, or cotton candy. When you put them in your mouth, they melt almost instantly. This isn't an accident. It creates a real blind spot in your brain. Your stomach relies on stretch receptors. When you eat real food, it takes up physical space, and those receptors tell your brain, "We're full, you can stop now." But ultra-processed foods dissolve before your stomach can register the volume. Your brain barely registers that you've eaten anything at all. You can consume 1,000 calories of cheese puffs, and your stomach will still be signaling empty, demanding you keep feeding it. Quick pause. If this is already changing how you look at the food in your kitchen, hit subscribe. We break down science like this every week. Once they have you eating fast and ignoring your fullness, they hit you with the kill shot, the bliss point. Food engineers calculate the mathematically perfect ratio of sugar, salt, and fat to explode your brain's pleasure centers. In nature, foods are either naturally high in carbohydrates, like a potato, or high in fat, like a handful of nuts. You'll almost never find a food in the natural world that's evenly balanced between fat and carbohydrates. In fact, one of the only foods that comes close to that exact ratio is human breast milk. When food scientists combine high fat and high sugar in a single bite, like a chocolate chip cookie or a slice of pizza, your brain has no evolutionary defense against it. It shorts out your circuitry. It's why things that aren't even desserts, pasta sauce, sandwich bread, yogurt, are packed with added sugar. It's not about making them taste sweet. It's about combining carbs and fat to hit that exact peak of neurological addiction, so you reach back into the bag. All of this taps into one master switch, dopamine. But here's the realization that changes everything. Dopamine isn't the chemical of pleasure. It's the chemical of anticipation. The biggest dopamine spike doesn't happen when you eat the junk food. It happens when you see the glowing golden arches on the highway, hear the crinkle of the wrapper, or see the notification from your food delivery app. That trigger is the only thing you can actually control. Willpower is just a battery that drains throughout the day. If you try to fight a craving after you've already opened the pantry and seen the chips, their food scientists win. The food is simply built too well for that fight. The only reliable way to beat them is environment design. There's a concept called the 20-second rule. Make your bad habits exactly 20 seconds harder to access. Delete the delivery apps off your phone so you have to re-enter your credit card. Don't leave snacks on the counter. Put them in an opaque box on the highest shelf. Add just 20 seconds of friction, hide the visual trigger, and the craving never gets the chance to start. You take the power away from the billion-dollar labs and put it back in your own hands. Outsmarting their brain hacks is step 1. Now that you know their playbook, you can stop blaming yourself and start taking your power back. If this video changed the way you look at the food in your pantry, hit subscribe. We're dedicated to exposing the hidden science behind everyday traps so you can take control of your biology. But knowing their tricks is only half the fight. The same engineered ingredients are quietly reshaping the bacteria in your gut. That's next. I'll see you there.